I'm not going to college. My whole family wanted me to go there. They said I wouldn't be shit without it, and yet I found a way to convince them to let me not follow the system. So if you have really strict parents, or if you don't see yourself doing anything else but following the standard 9 to 5 script, then in this video I'm going to show you what exactly you should tell your parents and what you should do yourself to not go to college and live the free life that you want. The first step is to focus. Don't scroll to the comments, don't skip any part of the video, just watch from the start to finish, because how do you expect your parents to believe you that you're going to survive in the real world if you can't even watch a short YouTube video? Now let me tell you, in my second year of high school, I used to be the I want to type guy, and you are probably the same right now. I said, I want to make money online. I want to start a business. I want to make 10K per month. I want to become a millionaire by the time I'm 25. And when talking to my parents, I would say literally the same thing. I don't want to go to college. I want to run an online business and make money that way. And guess what happened? We would argue about it all the time. They would say, no, you have to go to college. And I said, no, I don't want to go to college. And the actual problem was that I said that I wanted to do this. I wanted to make so much money online. I wanted to start a business. I wanted to do something they could never do, just being a 15-year-old kid. And at the same time, I wasn't doing anything. I was playing video games. I was watching Netflix all day. So how could they believe me? And luckily some time passed. I quit the bad habits, I started only doing the good ones, I developed a plan, I started following it, I started doing the work on a daily basis. I actually started an online business, and when I started making thousands from it every single month, then they actually noticed, okay, he's actually being serious. So when I brought up the topic of me not going to college again, the conversation stopped being arguments, and that happened because I stopped being the I want to guy and I became the I do guy, which means that I stopped giving them promises and instead I started giving them results. So how could they not take me seriously now? And while their main argument was, what if you fail with your plan A, I developed plan B and plan C. And so we got to a point where they did not necessarily agree for me to not go to college. They rather said, okay, it may not be a good decision, but I guess I have to let you try. And if anything, I have to let you learn the hard way. So while they didn't necessarily agree, I got what I wanted. So I won and my plan worked. And the reason why most NPCs in the world who don't want to go to college never win such arguments is because they are the I want to type people. They say, I don't want to go to college, I want to start a business, I want to make money online, I want to make $1 million by the time I'm 25. And think of how insane that is. Only 0.01% of the population has actually made millions, and yet 52% of teenagers believe they're gonna do that by the time they're 25. The same teenagers who party every single Friday, who play video games every single day, and who have over 7 hours of screen time on their phone, they believe that. And obviously, we don't believe them. We know it's not going to happen. Because when we ask them, what business do you want to start? They're like, I don't know, maybe trading. They assume their money is going to fall from the sky. And so we obviously know they're not going to be shit. However, would you believe a big boss who has actual plans, who learns every single day, who only does good habits, meditates, takes cold showers, works out, and who knows exactly what he's going to do? Yeah, probably, because there are not many people like him, so he is much more likely to become the 0.01%. And your parents right now force you to go to college because they may think that you're like the NPCs. Because you may actually be like them, or what's more likely is that they just see you as the NPCs because they don't know other people your age. They have nothing to compare you to. Because we know how people our age really are. And the fact just that we work out on a daily basis, how much higher that puts us in the social hierarchy. But they don't know that. If you work out, if your friends work out, and that's all they know, then how are they going to see you as the big boss if everyone in your environment is exactly the way you are? So really the task here is, if you know that you're not an NPC and you want your parents to believe you, is to become the big boss in their eyes. And I would really underline the "their" word in here. And so how do you do that? First of all, you need a really good plan. And second of all, you need to execute on it as soon as possible. And this is how you're going to do that. For your and your parents' satisfaction, you're actually going to develop 3 plans. Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. So if this one fails, then you go to Plan B. And if this one fails, then you go to Plan C. And Plan C is very unlikely to fail, so you're not going anywhere else. So let's start with Plan A. It is something that you really want to do. It may be something like running an SMMA, dropshipping business, or being a content creator. In my case, it's YouTube. And I don't have to explain anything here because you already know how to succeed in what you want to do. And the point here is that you're going to try the Plan A for 1 or 2 years after graduating high school. So you may call it a gap year during which you're going to do your best in this business model, so in my case in YouTube, to see if you can actually do that. If you can succeed with it, then you know that it's not for you and you're going to move on to Plan B. Plan B requires you to get a job, a valuable skill job that will come handy to you later on. The priority here is to get a job for, again, 1 or 2 years to learn as much as possible. It's not about the income. You may not earn much because at the end of the day, you're just a high school graduate. But the point here is that you're going to learn. So if you spend the last 1 or 2 years being a YouTuber, then you may get a job in something similar, like marketing, social media management, sales, something similar to what you did before. And then you're gonna learn as much as possible about the skill during the 1 year period when you're gonna be working that job. If you're gonna be a salesman, then you're not only going to learn as much as possible about how to sell properly, but you're also going to try to learn as much as possible about the industry itself, about the technicalities of running a business and how to succeed with that. So you're going to learn that from your colleagues, maybe from your boss. You're going to build a network in the industry that you're going to work in later. Because after a year or 2, you're going to quit the job and start your own business with the skills and knowledge you acquired in literally the same industry. So if your Plan A was being a YouTuber and you worked a job at a social media marketing agency and your task was to manage social media accounts, then now you can set up a social media marketing agency yourself, and your chance of succeeding in that is going to be through the roof. Because now, not only you have experience, you have the knowledge of how to do all of it the best way possible, so you have the head start over all the people who just start SMMA after watching Iman Gadzi. You have that head start, and you also have the network of people in the same industry because you've worked a job like that for over a year. And given that you spent 1 year trying to become a YouTuber and you failed, and then you spend another year working at this job, then you're just 2 years in, and an average college graduate spends 4 years in college. So you're only halfway there, and you've got 2 more years to scale your SMMA business to over $4,000 per month of net revenue for you. And if you can do that, then you already won with all the college graduates, because they earn on average $4,000 per month right after graduating in a normal 9-to-5 job, but you have your own business which you're ready to scale even more. And is $4,000 per month from SMMA a lot after 2 years? No, I would say that that's achievable even after a few months. And you've got 2 years for that. And so think about how crazy this is. You are literally at the same point as college graduates, but you've got a profitable business and you have no student debt at all. So really, you're tens of thousands of dollars ahead of the people who just went to college. And given that Plan B, which is super realistic, also fails, you can always just get a job and keep working in the same industry that you've been working in before. But this time, you already have over a year of experience in a job You have over 2 years of experience in running an actual business, so now you can get a much better and much higher paying job in the same space again. So just think about how realistic and safe these free plans are. You're going to spend a year trying to do what you really want to do for a living. And if you fail at that, then you're just going to get a job to learn, not to make money, to learn as much as possible. And then you're going to quit to start your own business. And if that business fails in 2 years' time, then you can always come back to getting a job, but you can get a much better and a much higher paying job now because you have a lot of experience. The key here is to note all the plans as clearly and as specifically as possible to be able to show them to your parents. So you're gonna note all the revenues from B and C jobs. You're going to search for some offers to show them, hey, this is exactly an offer and I could go and get a job like this literally today. And it doesn't only stop on getting a job if it comes to plan B or C. It's also about learning, because no matter if you go to college or not, then the priority for your early career years is to learn as much as possible. So just think about how much money you save by not going to college. It's not only about the student loans that may not exist in certain countries, because here in Poland, you don't pay for college. But if you're in the US, you not only save $1,000 every single week by not going to college, but you also save money you would spend on living somewhere, you save money you would spend on commuting to the university, and you can reinvest all that not only into your business of plan A, but you can also reinvest that into your own knowledge. My plan here is to spend at least $1,000 in the first year of me not going to college on books, courses, and personal coaching. I'm going to join all the paid private communities that you can think of all the famous influencers, to see what they preach, to learn as much as possible from them. Then I'm going to ask some of them to teach me personally exactly what I want to learn. And that way, I'm going to be 100% sure that I'm going to get much more value than I would get in college, but I'm going to pay less for it. And my parents are actually going to see that I am putting in the effort to learn, even though I don't go to college. This is the power of our modern age. We don't have to spend $1,000 every single week on college. We can spend $1,000 for a year of personal coaching in the exact topic that we are interested in. And if your plan A is the exact same as mine, so if you want to become a content creator, then the best place for you to learn that is going to be the creator community. My private community full of guys who are sick of being consumers and want to become the creators of their own reality. So if you're interested, then click the first link in the description right now. And if you take all of those plans, if you develop a plan A, plan B, plan C, and if you really define all the ways you're going to acquire knowledge when not attending college, then how are you going to become a failure? You have plan A, which is really what you want to do. It's not the safest, it's what you want to do. If you fail that, you have a super safe plan of starting your own business, which is also really fun and related to the first thing. And if you also fail that, which is really unlikely, then you have a plan C of getting a much better job than all the college graduates. It really is super powerful, but don't show that to your parents just yet, because that's what all the NPCs do. They develop plans and they assume that it's enough, that they're gonna happen by themselves. But that's not what we do in this movement. In this movement, we not only plan, but we also take action. You gotta be putting in the actual work every single day, starting from now. You gotta work 10-hour days. You gotta be learning, reading books, taking courses every single day. You gotta be doing the good habits. You gotta get in shape. You gotta take cold showers. You gotta wake up early, the same time every single day. You gotta do productive, not random shit, but actual things that will get you the money. And when your parents notice that, then they are going to start taking you seriously. And that's when you can bring up the topic of you not going to college again. Because even if you don't get any success with the work you put in right now during the couple of weeks or months, then your parents are going to notice that you're a man of your word. And if you dedicate yourself to something, then you can actually put in the work that's required to succeed in it. And when you bring the topic back, the main sentence that you want to use is that I know you want me to go to college because you love me and because you want the best for me. Because that's what worked for you. And I totally understand that. But listen, the times have changed. And this is what I believe is going to work the best right now. And now you show the whole plan. If you want to do it the best way possible, then literally just prepare a PowerPoint presentation and present it to them autistically, because they gotta understand what you're gonna do and what happens if you fail plan A, what happens if you fail plan B, what exactly you're going to learn, what exactly you're going to be doing in the future in the next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. You gotta emphasize the fact that you're going to be learning. Show them the communities which you're going to join. Show them the books you're going to read. Show them the books you've read. Show them the courses you're going to take. And if you do that, when you show them all the free plans, if you show them how much you're going to be learning just by not going to college and how much hell you're going to be of yourself if you went to college, then how are they going to be against you? Would you be against your child not going to college if you saw that he was actually super dedicated to it, to the work he really cares about, to learning, even though he doesn't have to, and to being the man of his word? Would you be against that child if you saw him waking up early every single day, putting in the work, doing what's uncomfortable, rejecting degeneracy, not going to parties, instead working on that business? Would you be against him? I think we both know the answer to that question. So now you can see that the fact that your parents don't allow you to not go to college is pretty much your choice. You decide whether they're going to let you or not. But remember that not going to college isn't fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of learning on your own. And most importantly, a lot of self-discipline. Because nobody's going to force you to do anything, and there are going to be a lot of temptations to do anything else but work. But if you can discipline yourself to focus, just as you did to watch this video, then you can speed up your career by many years, and you can get ahead by hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you can live the free life that you really want for yourself. Because I really understand that you do not want to be like the NPCs. You don't want to party, you don't want to play video games, you don't want to watch Netflix every single day. You have higher ambitions. So while they're going to be talking about how they're going to become millionaires by the time they're 25, while also partying and expecting that the money is going to fall from the sky, they're going to be slaving away in their 9-to-5 jobs for the rest of their life, knowing that they could do something about it, but they didn't. You can be exactly where you want to be in the next 5, 10, 15, or 20 years. The only thing that's required is that you make the right decision right now. And because you're a part of this movement, you know what the right decision is. And now, so that you know what you have to do to not go to college, you gotta start putting in the work. And if you wanna succeed with your plan A, then you gotta be focused on working on something that will actually get you money. And if you wanna learn to make more money online, then make sure to watch this video right now. And remember to stop being a consumer and become the creator of your own reality.